Welcome to the home of magical yoga. Today, my morning class got canceled due to snow, so I thought it would be an excellent opportunity to finally make this video that so many people have requested from me. This will be an hour-ish long Ashtanga flow, loosely based on the Ashtanga primary series. This is my interpretation of that and sort of done in the magical yoga style. So, welcome to Ashtanga Yoga. What we have here today are ourselves, our bodies, a yoga mat, and I have some mala beads as well. Get yourself comfortably seated on your mat as we'll begin with a bit of chanting. The chant that we'll be doing today is one of my favorites. It's super famous, Om Mani Padme Hum. Roughly translated, it means the jewel of the lotus lies within, or as I like to say, everything we need is already inside of us. I have my mala bead bracelet here, so we'll be doing this chant 27 times. The words are Om, Mani, Padme, Hum. You can chant as loudly or as quietly as you'd like, even in your head silently is all right. Or you can sit in silent meditation and just listen to the chant. Join in whenever you're ready, closing the eyes or casting them downward. Inhaling to begin. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Last one. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Keeping the eyes closed, settle in to your yogic breath, breathing in deeply through the nose. Swirling the breath in the back of the throat. Allowing the belly to fill with air. The shoulders drop away from the ears. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. When you're ready, open the eyes and move to the top of the mat, standing in mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. That's about 2 fist widths, placed right in between the ankles. Keep the shoulders rolled back and away from the ears. Low belly is pulled in. You are grounded, like a mountain, rooted into the earth and crown reaching for the sky. Preparing for Surya Namaskara A, Sun Salutation A. Inhale, lift hands and gaze. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, half rise, flat back. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands and step or hop back to high plank position. Take a breath here and exhale, lowering through chaturanga. The elbows hug the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathing here, 5 deep breaths. Shifting the hips up and back, anchoring through the heels. Knowing that your body will warm up, no need to force the first sun salutation. 1 more breath. Exhale fully. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, walk or float, feet to hands, and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift hands and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half rise, flat back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step or hop back into high plank position, and lower through chaturanga. Lift the chest on the inhale. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And breathe here. 5 deep breaths. You might have a slight bend in your knees in order to get that nice flat back. Or start to straighten the legs and allow the heels to drop toward the earth. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, look forward. Inhale, feet to hands, and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. 3 more, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga, all on 1 breath. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Find stillness and breathe. If at any point downward facing dog starts to feel too intense for you, you can rock forward, come onto your knees, untuck the toes, bring the hips back over the heels, and rest the head on the mat. This is child's pose. This is your resting pose, and you can return here at any time. Whenever you're ready to come back to down dog, just lift back up onto the toes. Press the heels down toward the earth. Exhale here. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, feet to hands, and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through your chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale back to down dog. Breathing here. If you're having trouble finding your stance in down dog, it's pretty simple. Rock forward into high plank position. The wrists are underneath the shoulders. And then press the hips up and back. This is your stance for downward facing dog. One more breath. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, feet to hands. And rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Last Sun A. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back. And lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Soften at the elbows, allow the shoulders to open. And relax the head. One more breath. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, feet to hands. And rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Preparing for Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B. Inhale, sinking the hips, bending the knees for chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, breathe it through to low lunge. Pivot the back foot. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Step the foot back and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, breathe it through to lunge. Pivot the back foot. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Step back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Breathe here. 5 deep breaths. Exhale fully. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, feet to hands. And rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to chair. And exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to fold. Step back and lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to fold. Step back and take your vinyasa. Inhaling up, exhaling back. 5 deep breaths here. When we control our breath, we control how we react. Tony Robbins said that, and I like to quote it a lot in yoga because we can harness this prana, this life force energy, just by using our breath to take control of our bodies. So inhale here, exhale, look forward, inhale, feet to hands, and rise halfway. Exhale to fold, inhale to chair, exhale, hands to heart, and again, inhale to chair, exhale, fold, inhale, half lift, exhale, back, and lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right side. Breathe it through. And inhale, rise up to warrior one. Exhale to fold. Moving through your vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to fold. Step back and lower through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe here. One more breath. Exhale fully. Look forward and inhale, feet to hands. Lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to chair. And exhale, hands to heart. One more, Sun B. Inhale, sink to chair, making sure you can see your toes past your knees. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, half rise. Exhale back and take your vinyasa. Lifting the chest on the inhale. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold. Step back and lower through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold. Step back and lower through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. One more breath. Inhale, feet to hands, and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair. And exhale, hands to heart. Close the eyes and breathe here. Enjoying the sensation of the body warming up. Feeling the feet on the mat. Engaging the core. One more breath. Inhale, open the eyes, lift the hands and gaze. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, flat back. Reaching for the big toes with the first two fingers. The knees might bend to make that possible, or they might start to straighten. If you have further to go, drop the head and bend the elbows directly out away from each other. Never yanking on the toes, opening from the shoulders here and letting the head hang heavy. Breathing deeply. The chest moves toward the thighs. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, release the toes, engage the thighs, the glutes, and the low belly, and inhale, rise up. Lifting hands and gaze, and exhale, pulling all of the energy into the heart space. Again, inhale, lift, hands and gaze. Exhale, fold forward, this time placing palms of hands directly underneath the bottoms of the feet. Again, knees might bend or they might start to straighten. The head could come down and the chest works toward the thighs. Breathing here, using our prana, our life force energy. Imagining that we're breathing white light down through our shoulders, into our arms, up through the bottoms of our hands, absorbing it through the bottoms of our feet, breathing up through ankles, calves, past the knees, into the low belly. A filament of light. One more breath here. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, release the hands. Inhale, rise up, hinging from the hips, nice flat back. Lifting hands in gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Resting here or taking a vinyasa. For vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, inhale, feet to hands and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing and exhale, hands to heart. You can skip those anytime you want. Inhale, open up to star pose. Feet can be directly underneath the wrists or walked in a little bit. Figure out what stance works for you here in this posture. The toes are pointing directly ahead and the hands are totally engaged. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the low belly in. Breathe here. You are made of star stuff. You are more powerful than you could ever imagine. See yourself, a shining orb in the night sky, capable of absolutely anything. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands all the way down to the mat. Again, the knees might bend. If you have further to go, straighten the legs and drop the head as well. The elbows bend straight back and the top of the head might come all the way down to the mat. Connecting with the earth here. Gaia, our mother, the sentient being who gives us all life. Feel the earth beneath you. One more breath. Exhaling, grounding your energy. Inhale, press into the earth, rise about halfway up, engage the core. Continue to rise and exhale back up to star. Pivot the right toes and bend the right knee, coming into warrior two. Gazing over the right fingertips. Breathe here. One more breath. Turn the right hand up. Inhale back to peaceful warrior. And exhale forward into side angle pose. Rest the forearm on the thigh. The left arm comes up over the ear. Both hands are engaged. The shoulders are stacked. If you have further to go, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drop the right hand down to the inside of the foot. Extended side angle pose. One more breath. Engage the core. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Exhale into star. Inhale, pivot to warrior two on the left side. The knee is directly over the ankle. Gazing over the left fingertips. 5 deep breaths. One more breath. Inhale back to peaceful warrior. And exhale forward into side angle posture. Keeping that openness in the ribs and the heart. If you'd like to extend into extended side angle, drop the left hand. But if this makes you collapse in the chest, back off of the pose. We want the heart to be open here. One long line of energy from the right foot up through the side body and out the fingertips. One more breath. Inhale back to warrior two and exhale to star. Inhale, hands come into the hips. Keep the elbows pointed straight across and the shoulders dropped. Lift through the top of the head. Exhale, fold forward, flat back. The edge of this posture is where the back is still nice and flat. Perhaps the third eye comes down into the mat. Or perhaps the knees are bent and the forearms rest on the thighs in order to create that nice flat back. Choose the expression that feels expansive to your body. One more breath here. Engage the core. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands out to star. Inhale, pivot just the right toes. Keep the right leg nice and straight here, preparing for triangle pose. Hips are pointed forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reaching over the right leg with right fingertips. When you're ready, when you're at your edge, drop your right hand and lift your left. The hand might come all the way down to the floor, or you might be lifted. Keep the openness in the heart and breathe here. Gaze is wherever the neck feels good. Up at the hand, straight ahead, or down at the mat. One more breath. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale to star. Inhale, pivot the left toes, preparing for triangle on that side. Lift through the top of the head. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Reach across with the left fingertips. When you're ready, drop the left hand. Lift the right. Triangle pose. Breathing. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back to star. And I'm turning around. You stay where you are. Exhale, sweep the hands to meet behind the back. Interlace the fingertips and open up the chest. If that does not feel good, reach instead for opposite wrists or forearms. Anything to keep the chest wide open here. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. If the hands remain tightly pressed together, you might lift the arms up over the head and allow gravity to help assist in that shoulder opening. The head could also come down to the mat. Breathe here. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. Slowly, about halfway, release the hands. Come the rest of the way up and exhale out to star. No passing out today. Breathe deeply, get your bearings. Last forward fold. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, fold once again, reaching for the toe lock. Peace sign fingers wrap around the big toes. If you have further to go, the elbows bend straight out from one another, and perhaps the head comes down as well. Opening from the shoulders, never bunching toward the ears. Keep them dropped down and away. Once again, connecting our energetic circuit. Breathing, keeping our energy inside, keeping our focus on ourselves. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, release the toes. Inhale, rise about halfway. Come the rest of the way up and exhale up to star. Inhale, twist and pivot to the top of the mat. Hands come into the heart. If you'd like to rest here, you may, or take a vinyasa. For vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to down dog. Look forward and inhale, feet to hands, rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Keeping the hips pointed straight ahead. Inhale, lift the right knee. And exhale, step it back to warrior one. Before we lift our arms, self-adjust here. Make sure that the knee is directly stacked over the ankle. Ooh, lost my balance. Bring your hands into your hips and make sure that they're square to each other or working in that direction. The right hip is coming forward. And then when you're ready, lift the arms, keeping the shoulders nice and open here in Warrior One. You might have goddess or cactus arms. They might be open at an angle, or if you can bring them up along your ears without bunching, you can do that. One more breath in Warrior One. Inhale, straighten the right leg. And, oh, I missed a thing. Sorry, come back into Warrior One. This is all one take, so you know, bear with me. We're in Warrior One. Inhale, reach up for the sky. Exhale, bring hands down into the heart, preparing for side angle, revolved side angle posture. On your next exhale, fold forward and twist over to the left. You may twist and lock your elbow on the outside of the left knee, working to stack the shoulders. Again, the gaze is wherever feels right for you. Breathing here. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, release. Rise back up to Warrior One. And straighten the left leg for real this time. Preparing for revolved triangle. Exhale, fold forward. The hands come down to frame the left foot. Again, give your hips a moment to open up. The right hip shifts forward, left hip shifts back. When you're ready, inhale, lift the left arm. Revolved triangle. If your back heel lifts a little, that's okay. If your front knee needs to be bent a little bit, that's okay too. You could also use a prop to bring the arm up a little bit here, resting the right hand on a block or a bolster or chair. One more breath. And exhale, lower the left arm. Bend the left knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into Warrior One. And inhale, step right foot forward to meet the left. Hands come in to the heart. Let's do the other side. Keeping the hips pointed straight ahead. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step it back to Warrior One. Finding that squareness in the hips, finding that openness. And when you're ready, lift the arms. Breathing here, Warrior One. Inhale, reach for the heavens. Exhale, hands into the heart and fold forward. Revolving over to the left, hooking the elbow on the outside of the knee. Stacking the shoulders and finding space for breath. One more breath here. Inhale, rise back up to Warrior One. Straighten the front leg. And exhale to fold forward. Framing the foot with the hands. When you're ready, inhale, lift the arm. I switch sides. When you're ready, inhale, lift the right arm. You were probably already doing the other side, but you know, rights and lefts when I'm on video, mix me up a little bit. Find your expression, find your joyfulness. This is your practice. We're all just out here trying to people. One more breath. And then lower the right arm back down. Slight bend in the right knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Warrior One. Inhale, walk the left foot forward to meet the right. Hands come into the heart. Resting here or taking a vinyasa. For vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank and lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Look forward at the hands and inhale, feet to hands. Rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Preparing to balance now. Bringing hands into the center. Attention to your feet. Find a drishti or point of focus somewhere across from you, softening the gaze and anchoring yourself. Exhale down the body, feeling the left foot on the mat. On your next inhalation, lift the right knee. Uttita Hara Padangustasana, hand to big toe. Reach the right hand for the inside of the right knee. Left hand to left hip. Roll the shoulders open, straight spine. If you have further to go, reach along the inside of the leg for the toe and exhale the heel away from the body. Keeping the shoulders open, breathe here. Inhale, open out to the right side, either from the toe or the knee, up to you. And for more of a challenge, lift the left arm and shift the gaze in that direction. One more breath. Inhale, the leg comes back to center. Shift the hands, holding the foot or thigh, and then bow the head into the shin. Keep the leg lifted on its own and release. We'll do a little dance, wiggle it all out, shake it out, and come back to center. Preparing for the other side. Exhale down through the body. Find your drishti, your point of focus. Inhale, lift the left knee. Left hand to inside of left knee. Right hand to right hip, opening the heart. For deeper expression, bring left hand to the toes. Extend the heel away from the body. Keep the spine tall and straight. Breathe here. One more breath. Inhale, opening up to the left. Perhaps lifting the right hand and shifting the gaze in that direction. One more breath. Exhale the leg back to center. If the knee is bent, straighten the leg. Hold the calf or the foot. Bow the head into the shin. And then hold the leg up on its own. So graceful. And then release. Wiggle it out. Wiggle out anything that wants to be wiggled. This is your dance break. This is totally not an Ashtanga thing, but that's okay. And then come back to center. Rest here or take a vinyasa. For vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back and lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, feet to hands and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, and exhale, hands to heart. For our next balance posture, I'll cue as far into it as you'd like to go, or you can stay in tree or any expression that feels right and good to you today. I am purposely not using any props in my practice today so that you can do it from anywhere without having to do that. But you might use a strap here for this or any other bind. You might use a block or a bolster or even the wall. So starting to come into what I nicknamed the half lotus forward fold or tree posture. Feel the left foot on the mat and find your drishti, your point of focus. Inhale, lift the right foot somewhere onto the left leg, above or below the knee, but never on the knee because we kind of like our knees to be in good working order. You might stay here in tree. You might lift the arms and breathe here in tree. Or if you'd like to go a little bit further, cross the right foot up over the left thigh and send the knee down toward the earth, half lotus. Perhaps staying here, holding the toes with the left hand. If you'd like to reach for the bind, The right hand reaches across the low back for the big toe. I'm not quite there today, but I'll pretend. And then lift the remaining arm. You could still be holding the toes with the left hand and lifting the right instead. Wherever you are in the spine or in tree, keep breathing. If you'd like to fold, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bringing the lifted hand all the way down to the floor as the head reaches for the shin. Breathe here. One more breath if you're folded. On the inhale, slight bend in the standing leg. Make your way back up. Lift both hands. And exhale, everybody gently release and shake it out. Little Diva Pramal in the background. Definitely do not have permission to use that music, but here we are. I'm sure she would approve. Hands come back into the heart. Preparing for the other side. Your sides are going to be different, and that's okay. It's easier to balance some days than it is others. That's also okay. That's yoga, that's life. Feel the right foot on the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg, placing the foot somewhere on the inside of the right. You may stay here in an expression of tree, or you might lift into half lotus, crossing the left ankle over the right hip. Send the knee down toward the earth. Hold the toes with the right hand and lift the left. If instead you'd like to go for the bind, reach the left hand across the low back and reach for the toe. You might not go all that far. Instead, you might just reach for the right forearm and stay here, allowing that opening to happen. Or if you'd like to fold, lift the remaining hand and exhale to fold forward. Bringing the lifted hand all the way down and letting the head follow. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, if you're folded, slight bend in the right knee. Gently and slowly rise up. Lift the hand and then release. Shake it out. Dance it out. Do whatever needs to happen to let the body let go. And bring hands right back into the heart. You can rest here or take a vinyasa. For vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back and lower through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Look forward at the hands. Inhale, feet to hands and rise halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Our final standing posture is pyramid pose, or AKA extreme Eastern forward fold. This is going to be a really deep hip opener here. Feel the left foot on the mat. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step it back. About half, about 2/3 of the distance as you would for warrior one. Bring hands into the hips and shift them. Both hips pointing straight ahead here. You might stay with your hands on your hips. You might bring hands right here into the heart. Or you might come into some kind of reverse prayer behind your back. Whatever feels good to you. It's more about the hips than it is about the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Keeping the back nice and flat and straight. The hands could even come down to the floor to help support you here. The only exception to the flat back rule is if the head can make contact with the shin, you can come all the way down and make that bind. Breathe here. One more breath. And then inhale, gently and slowly rise up. Bring hands into the heart if they're not there already. Step right foot forward to meet the left. And we'll switch sides. Step the left foot back. Keeping the right knee nice and straight. Hands into the hips. Shift the right hip back, left hip forward. Keeping hands at hips, coming down to the floor at the heart, or in reverse prayer. Inhale, lengthen. Lift through the top of the head. Exhale, fold forward, nice flat back. If you have further to go, you might allow the head to come down to the shin. Breathe in here. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, slight bend in the right knee. Inhale, come on up. Woo. Exhale, hands to the heart. And inhale, step left foot forward to meet the right. We'll take one more vinyasa to seated, or just find your way to seated. In for vinyasa, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now here is what I like to call the yogi hop. You certainly don't have to do it, but if you'd like to try, look at your little landing pad in between your hands. Inhale, shift your weight into your hands, lift the feet, and hop right through onto your butt. Ooh, slippery jade yoga mat. It's always about that graceful for me. Coming directly here into staff pose. The whole body is engaged. The shoulders are stacked up over the hips. Low belly is pulled in. Feet, toes are pointing straight up toward the sky, and hands are reaching down into the mat. If your whole body isn't shaking right now, then you might not be engaged enough. Press the legs into the mat. Pull the belly in. Roll the shoulders back. One more breath here. Inhale, lift. Hands and gaze. Lift up the spine, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Reaching hands for the bottoms of the feet. The back is nice and flat here. You might not be able to go that far, or you might use a strap to help pull the heart into the thighs. Breathing. One more breath. At the end of the exhale, rise back up. Lift here. And exhale, fold, this time reaching for the toe lock. If you have further to go, straighten the spine, bend the elbows out, and let the heart come into the chest. The head might even rest. Breathe here. If you'd like to experiment with curling the back versus having a straight back, you can do that. This is your practice. I tend to let my heart lead my folds. I think that feels really, really good. One more breath. Inhale, rise up, last forward fold. You can do whichever one is your favorite, or follow me. Lift, exhale, wrap the back of one hand across the bottoms of the feet and reach across for the wrist. Then allow the chest to come forward and fold. Let gravity help you here. Breathing. What would our lives be like if we let our hearts lead us wherever they wanted us to go? Does it take courage to follow the heart? Sure. Does it take flexibility? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to become? Yes. Exhale here. Release the hands. Inhale, rise up. Bring the right foot into the inside of the left leg, planting the foot firmly down on the mat. The left leg stays fully engaged. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, fold along the inside of the knee over the left leg. Try to keep the right sit bone down on the mat here, letting the heart lead. If you'd like to reach for the bind here, if you'd like to experiment with that, release the right hand across the shin, up above the thigh crease. The left hand comes around the back to meet it. Keeping the right sit bone down, letting the heart bring you forward. Breathe here. One more breath. If you're bound, release the bind. Inhale, rise up, all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. And exhale, twist over to the right. The right hand comes down behind you for support. The left elbow comes into the outside of the left knee. Sitting up nice and tall, gazing over the right shoulder. Each inhale lifts the crown a little higher. Each exhale deepens the fold. One more breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the right knee down toward the earth. Maybe you need to walk the left foot out a little bit more. Keeping the sit bones down on the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold over the left leg and breathe here. Maybe the head comes all the way down to rest. Exhale. Inhale, come on up and shift the heart to be between the knees here, coming into the revolved version of this posture. Inhale, lift the right arm up, the left arm comes to the outside of the leg and start to lean in that direction. If you find that you have a lot further to go, you can lay the left forearm down in the inside of the left leg and reach the arm up from here. Or perhaps come into the bind, reach around for the outside of the left foot and twist, stacking the shoulders. Breathing wherever you're at in this posture is just right for you today. One more breath. Release and rise up. Exhale, the left foot down to meet the right foot. Lean back and shake it all out. Shake it out. And let's do the other side. Inhale, the left foot firmly onto the mat. Walk the right heel out. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold along the inside of the knee over the right leg. If you'd like to reach for the bind, release the left hand across above the thigh crease. The right hand comes around the back to meet it. Keep the heart open and the gaze down at or beyond the right toes. There's a tendency to lift our left hip when we come into this. Really fight against that. What helps is lifting up those left toes and really grounding through the heel. Exhale to release. Inhale, rise up all the way up. Lengthen space between the ribs. Exhale, twist over to the left. The right elbow comes into the knee, gazing over the left shoulder. Breathing here. Perhaps coming into some kind of special looking mudra. Just kidding. They're better than, they actually do things other than look cool. One more breath. Inhale, back to center. Drop the left knee down toward the earth. Walk the right heel out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, the heart reaches for the right knee and breathe here. One more breath. Inhale, walk yourself back up. Shift the heart between the knees, preparing to bend in another way. Bring the right hand around to the outside of the leg, lift the left arm. Perhaps this is where you'd like to stay today or start to fold into it. Maybe bring the right forearm in the inside of the right leg and reach the left arm up over the ear. Or perhaps reach around for the bind and twist open, keeping the heart open, breathing here. Your sides will be different. I can feel that my left hip and my left leg are lifting up off the mat here. I really want to keep that knee down on the mat, so I might come up off of the bind. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the left foot down to meet the right. Lean back and wiggle it out. And then open up the legs. Nice wide stance here. Move some flesh out of the way so your butt bones can touch the mat. Point the toes right up toward the sky. Breathing here, sitting up nice and tall and straight. Inhale, reach up through the top of the head. Exhale, start to fold forward, flat back, walking the hands out for support. If at some point you'd like to lower down onto your forearms, you may. Perhaps even making a little stack, a little bridge with your hands and letting the head come all the way down to rest on that. This is preparation for turtle pose. If you can come all the way into turtle pose comfortably, go ahead and do that. Maybe even lowering the head down further to rest all the way on the mat. Breathing here. 10 breaths. When we feel tightness in our body, when we feel constriction, it's an opportunity for us to send our breath and our attention into that space and to heal that blockage. Forcing is not the same as allowing. Holding our breath causes injury and frustration. Breathing, relaxing, allowing is an opportunity for openness. One more breath. Inhale, start to walk the hands back up and in until you find yourself seated. And then come into cobbler's pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. The knees working down toward the earth. Holding the bottoms and outsides of the feet and sitting up tall and straight. Opening the shoulders, opening the heart. Perhaps fluttering a little bit and then finding stillness. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward, bending the arms, allowing the forearms to come into the insides of the legs and help those knees reach for the earth. Perhaps the head comes all the way down. One more breath. Exhale, softening into this. Inhale, rise up. Come into toe lock. Reach the peace sign fingers around the big toe. Lean slightly back, engage the core, and lift up the legs. Maybe straightening them out to the sides. Breathe here. It's okay to tumble. It's okay to have fun. Drop the shoulders. And back into cobbler. Wiggle it out. Bring the knees together. And then, bring the knees together. And then bring the hands right behind you. Fingertips pointing toward the toes. Lifting up the heart. Breathing here. If you have further to go from here, walk the feet slightly apart, about hip distance apart from each other once more. And inhale, lift the hips like you're going to crab walk. Nice engaged thighs, low belly, glutes, maybe dropping the head back here. And if you have even further to go, coming into Purvottasana, straighten the legs. The toes and heels are pointed into the earth, Keep the hips lifted and drop the head back. Breathe. One more breath. And then gently lower the hips back down. Come up off the wrists, straighten the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. However feels good to you here. Take 3 breaths. At the end of the exhale, release the feet and rise up. We'll have an opportunity to play with inversions here. I'll lead bridge pose, and you can come all the way into wheel if you'd like. Go ahead and lay down flat on the back. Walk the heels in to the hips. We'll do this 3 times, starting out together here. The hands are resting down at the sides. The chin is up away from the chest. Shoulder blades are down flat on the earth. Go ahead and tuck them right in. Start with the pelvis, gently lifting the pubis up toward the sky. Feel the low back, really pressing down into the mat. Press down through the heels of the feet. And inhale, continue that momentum. Lift the hips up toward the sky, the pubis first, leading this movement. Breathe here. The thighs are pressing toward each other like you're holding a block between them. And gently lower back down, the middle back first. Keep the hips tilted. The low back comes down and then gently relax. We'll do that again, staying there with that posture if that feels good, or if you'd like to take it a little bit further, following that. Inhale, tilt the hips, lift the low back, middle back, up. Keep the chin away from the chest. If you're feeling strong here, tuck the shoulders even more deeply underneath you. Interlace the fingers and come right up. The whole back is lifted. The neck is long. You're not craning the neck. Knees are pressing toward each other. Glutes are totally engaged. One more breath. And then gently release the hands. Open up the shoulder blades, lay the top of the back down, middle back, and finally the low back. And then let the hips relax and release. If you'd like to stay with one of those postures, you may, or if you'd like to lift into wheel, you can do that at this time. For wheel, you'll place your fingertips just over the shoulders. Press the heels into the mat, the thighs reach toward each other. Inhale, start to lift the back first. If you have the strength, lift all the way up. Keep the thighs working toward each other. Breathe here. One more breath and gently lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll them around. Releasing, releasing. And then rock yourself up to seated for one last forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. 5 breaths here. Letting the head hang heavy, letting the back curl, or the chest move in toward the thighs, whatever feels good to your body. One more breath. Release and rise up. Come into an easy seated position, or come into a version of lotus. For half lotus, lift the right ankle up over the left thigh. For full lotus, lift the left ankle up over the right thigh. Knees are reaching toward the earth. Hands, palms down on the knees. And we'll return to our chant here. Om Mani Padme Hum. 9 times. Inhale to begin. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 As you exhale, gently release the feet from lotus and make your way into Savasana, lying flat down on the back. You'd like to do a little bit more releasing of the body here. You can roll around, holding the knees once again. I really like this last little move coming into Savasana. Interlace your fingers, hug the right knee in toward the ribs and underarms. Inhale, lift the left heel straight up toward the sky. With a long, slow exhale, gently lower the left leg all the way down to the mat, hugging the right knee, feeling a little hip release. And then we'll switch. Inhale, hugging the left knee in toward the ribs and underarm. Lift the right heel straight up toward the sky. Long, slow exhale, lower the right leg all the way down to the mat. And then release the left foot down to meet the right foot. Wiggle out the hips one last time. Walk the shoulders underneath toward each other. Lay the hands down, let the fingers curl. Close the eyes. Relax the forehead and the tongue. Relax the shoulders and the ankles. And breathe here. Slowly and gently come back to the breath, feeling the breath moving in the belly and the lungs, and starting to gently move the body, wiggling fingers and toes, stretching out in some way that feels good. And then rolling over onto the left side, bringing the heart closer to the earth. Feeling grateful for your body, for all that it does for you, and grateful for the planet, for Gaia, the Great Mother. Keeping the eyes closed or softly focused on the floor, gently rise back up to a comfortable seated position. Bring hands into the heart, repeating your intention, feeling how it has changed, how much more alive and accessible and real it is, because you have gone within and discovered your own light. Bring hands into the head and a reminder of kind and compassionate thoughts towards self and others. To the lips, and a reminder of kind and compassionate words toward self and others. And back into the heart. And a reminder of heartfelt, heart-forward living. When you're ready, open the eyes. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.